The tax collectors and the sinners were all seeking the company of Jesus to hear what he had to say, and the Pharisees and the scribes complained. "This man," they said, "welcomes sinners and eats with them." So he spoke this parable to them. A man had 2 sons. The younger said to his father, "Father, let me have the share of the estate that would come to me." So the father divided the property between them. A few days later, the younger son got together everything he had and left for a distant country, where he squandered his money on a life of debauchery. When he had spent it all, that country experienced a severe famine, and now he began to feel the pinch. So he hired himself out to one of the local inhabitants, who put him on his farm to feed the pigs. And he would willingly have filled his belly with the husks the pigs were eating, but no one offered him anything. Then he came to his senses and said, "How many of my father's paid servants have more food than they want, and here am I dying of hunger? I will leave this place and go to my father and say, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I no longer deserve to be called your son. Treat me as one of your paid servants.' So he left the place and went back to his father. While he was still a long way off, his father saw him and was moved with pity. He ran to the boy, clasped him in his arm, and kissed him tenderly. Then his son said, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I no longer deserve to be called your son.' But the father said to his servants, 'Quick, bring out the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Bring the calf we have been fattening and kill it. We are going to have a feast, a celebration, because this son of mine was dead and has come back to life. He was lost and is found.' And they began to celebrate."
This is such a rich and a lovely story. One of the things that I think the story is about is love and respect. First and foremost, the love and respect that the father has for his younger son, but also the love and the respect that that son discovers he has for his father and for his home. The Gospel doesn't tell us why the younger son left home. Perhaps he didn't feel respected, or perhaps he didn't feel loved. Perhaps he felt his home was too small for him. The love he found there might have felt like he was being hemmed in. Perhaps he just had itchy feet and needed to go and discover the world for himself. We say that God loves us, but there are times when, like that young son, it just doesn't seem to be true, when we don't feel loved. Perhaps when someone we love is dying, or when we fail at something really important. We ask, how can God allow these things to happen to us if he loves us? Or perhaps we find someone or something which seems more attractive, more exciting, or more fulfilling than God. Whatever our reasons, there are times when we feel that God is not enough or not there for us, and we walk away from God. That younger son had the chance to get all the love and excitement he craved. On his own, with money in his pocket, he plunged headlong into a wild life, trying to make himself attractive. It was at this lowest point, when he was being treated like the dirt he was living in, that he reached a turning point. He began to think of his home, his family, and so he began his journey back. So when he gets home, and his father runs out to embrace him, the son felt a change. He now found in his father's embrace a simple, open, heartfelt expression of love and acceptance. No matter how far we wander from God or how long we are away from him, God doesn't leave us. He's always there, waiting, hoping for us. We always have a home to come back to.